Current date, December 21st, 2025. Based on the economic indicators and market tremors we have seen throughout 2025, starting with the DeepSeek volatility in January and continuing with recent warnings from the Bank of England, the bursting of the AI bubble will likely unfold not as a single overnight crash, but as a painful year-long great consolidation beginning in early 2026. Here is the likely sequence of events when the bubble finally pops. 1. The trigger, the circular financing unwind. The bubble is currently kept afloat by a loop of circular revenue. Big tech giants, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, invest billions into AI startups like OpenAI, Anthropic, who then immediately pay that money back to the giants to rent cloud servers. This makes revenue look massive when it is actually just money moving from one pocket to another, the pop. The burst will likely start when a major earnings report reveals that the hyperscalers have hit an ROI wall. Investors will realize that the trillions spent on NVIDIA chips and data centers are generating only pennies in new profit from actual customers. The consequence: when the growth at all costs funding freezes, the revenue for cloud providers will evaporate, triggering a massive sell-off in semiconductor and hardware stocks. 2. The financial shockwave, shadow banking crisis. Unlike the dot-com crash of 2000, which was mostly about stock prices, the AI bubble has a hidden debt problem: private credit risk. Much of the massive data center construction of 2024-2025 was funded by shadow banking, private loans rather than traditional bank financing. The contagion: if AI startups fail and cannot pay their cloud leases, data centers will default on these massive loans. This could freeze credit markets, affecting not just tech but real estate and construction sectors as well. 3. The extinction event for startups. We are facing a mass extinction of up to 90% of AI companies, specifically the wrappers. The wipeout: thousands of startups whose only product is a user interface on top of GPT-5 or Claude will vanish. They have no unique technology, moat, and cannot afford the high energy costs without venture capital subsidies. The survivors: the market will consolidate into an oligopoly. The Magnificent Seven, or what remains of them, will likely acquire the few useful startups for pennies on the dollar to integrate their teams. 4. Physical reality, ghost data centers. Stranded assets: we may see ghost data centers in rural areas, facilities that were partially built to handle projected demand that never materialized. These will sit empty or be sold off cheaply. Hardware fire sale: the secondary market will likely be flooded with slightly used H100 and Blackwell GPUs. This will crash the price of compute, paradoxically making it cheaper for the surviving companies to innovate. 5. Impact on youth: the end of free AI. Price hikes: the golden age of free AI is ending. Currently, your $20 per month subscription is subsidized by investors. When the bubble bursts, companies will be forced to charge the real cost of inference. Free tiers will likely disappear or become dumbed down, while capable models will become expensive enterprise-only tools. Labor market shift: the fear of AI taking all jobs will be replaced by a white-collar recession. Tech companies will shed bloat, particularly in middle management and speculative R&D. The hiring frenzy for prompt engineers will die, replaced by a standard expectation of AI literacy for all roles. 6. The silver lining, the deployment phase. History tells us that bubbles are necessary evils. The dot-com crash bankrupted investors, but left us with the cheap fiber optic cables that made the modern internet possible. The aftermath of the AI crash will leave us with massive, cheap computing infrastructure, real utility. Once the hype dies, the industry will pivot from magic, chatbots that write poetry, to utility, boring AI that optimizes energy grids or discovers drugs. The technology will become invisible, boring, and finally profitable.